Welcome to my second video in a series of Grid Designer tutorials. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Draw tool, as well as how to change colors for the foreground and the background for pretty much all of the tools in Grid Designer. We'll also be talking about the thickness function in Grid Designer. In the last video, we created this pattern, and we had some extra lines out here that we wanted to get rid of, and that's what we're going to start working on in this video. But before I get into that detail, let me show you a couple of navigation tools that come in quite handy. There's the plus and the minus, and they're pretty obvious what they do. They go in and they go out. Let me go in. Now I'm down at a little bit better detail. Since I can't see the whole thing, if I can click and drag, I can now move this anywhere I want on the screen. As long as my mouse doesn't go outside of my work window. See how that changed its format? And then it won't drag it anymore. So you got to stay on the work area out here. The next thing we need to talk about is the color assignments. We have a foreground color and a background color. The foreground color is what we'll be drawing with our left click. The background color is what we'll be drawing with our right click. So I'm going to open that up. You can see that every color under the rainbow, in other words, everything that's in the Red Heart Super Saver palette is showing up here. And that's a little much, so let's just go show used, which tells me the 10 colors that we originally created or originally used when we created this pattern. I'm going to do that for the background color as well. So earlier we could navigate around using the click and drag. Now I'm going to select the tool. You can no longer click and drag to move the background. The tool is actually activated, and a left click will draw in the blue or the turquoise, and the right click will draw in the black, because that's the two colors I have selected here. If I hit undo twice, that goes away. If I select this brown, I'm going to draw in the brown there, but I'm still drawing in the black with my right click. Let's switch that back to the color that I want. Now I've got this color assigned, I've got the tool activated. I think I need to zoom in a little bit more. And I want to move this up a bit, so I'm going to use the arrows on the keyboard to move around a little bit. Now, all I have to do is click on the squares that I want to change to the right color, and I can change all these squares. I can also click and drag. Sometimes you get a little crazy when you're clicking and dragging and do something silly like this. The undo button is your friend. So I can quickly go through this entire pattern and just start cleaning it up. I think you got the idea how this works. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I can do a right click, and if I don't want that one to be blue, I can do a right click there and a right click there, maybe a right click there. I'm going to undo those because I want it the other way. I think I want one here too to keep it round. There's another tool that you need to know about. It's down here. It's called the line size tool, and you can go anywhere from 1 to 10. So if I go up to 3, now instead of drawing as an individual point, I'm now drawing as a 3 by 3 grid. If I right click, I'll be drawing in black as a 3 by 3 grid. Again, undo, undo. You can then use that tool and cover a little bit larger area, but typically when I'm cleaning up a pattern, I keep it down to the 1. Don't forget to always save your progress. Now the next tool that I'm going to introduce is the line tool. It works very much like the pencil or draw tool. It uses the same thickness, it uses the same color settings, except it draws a line. We'll cover a little bit more detail on how to use that in the next video.